Nnamdi Kanu reviews funders of Sit at Home, gives fresh order. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. To get notified when we post our juicy news update, please click on the notification bell. The detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has said that enemies of his peaceful movement are funding the purported Sit at Home order. Politics Nigeria reports that Kanu's displeasure was echoed by Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, the Outlaw Group leads counsel. Ejiofor said Kanu ordered that the criminals unleashing terror on tormenting residents of the southeast region under the guise of a 5-day sit-at-home from December 9th to 14th should be fished out from the hideouts. The IPOB-led legal team on Monday visited Kanu at the headquarters of the Department of State Services DSS Abuja, where he is being detained. Nnamdi Kanu appreciated millions of his followers for not letting him down, particularly in his directive that purported sit-at-home order ordered by known enemies of the land was never obeyed. Nnamdi directed that the criminals who were still on rampage ostensibly being funded by the enemies of his peaceful movement in the desperate bid to ensure that our land is completely destroyed should be fished out from their hideout. Nnamdi further requested that Chineke should monitor the modus operandi of these soulless beings and discreetly smoke them out from their various hideouts. Nnamdi roundly condemned the spate of wanton and mindless killing and destruction carried out by these criminal elements. He deeply commiserates with those who lost their lives and or properties during these attacks, the Ejiofor statement partly reads. Now, do you know that sometimes, in the past, I was, saying the government, but I looked at it and said, no, the government, they're not the ones doing this thing. They're not. Something is happening in the southeast region. It is not from IPOB, but they are taking advantage of the very sour relationship between the government and the people of the southeastern region. So they'll come and do something. In return, people will say, now the government, now they do. Now the government. The government, no, they do. When I mean the government we know. That one is aside. Then when they do, people will complain. The government will be saying, why these people they misbehave? All now so that the government will now act. And then the people will now act. And the main crisis will start. When somebody is coming, maybe you they sleep. Do you understand? You they sleep, open your mouth. Somebody come put something for your mouth. Maybe a passerby. And when you wake up, you give him holler. Before you begin fight with that person will be say, sit down near you. For all your mind, you talk saying at that person, you understand? Even if the person tells you not be you. Maybe the person is known for pranking you and maybe automatically you feel definitely don't at this person not doing me. That is exactly what is going. Before you know you're having issues with that person. When the person is telling you, I'm not the one, you no go agree believe. Do you understand? That is exactly what is going on here. So these people now they're taking advantage that this man, number one, is in prison. He's in DSS detention. He's in DSS house. He cannot do anything. And then the southeastern people now, for those that stayed back at home, if you listen well to the news, you saw that this is not a matter of I no go. I mean, this is not a matter of I go outside. It's not a matter of gra. People are dying. This one is not a matter of they want to obey. This is a matter of life and death. People are not obeying. There's something that they always tell me, that a man will always obey a gun. If you have a gun and you are standing in front of the most powerful man, so first that person, a man, human being, will be saying something fit kill, like gun. You go obey that gun. But but for your mind, you go see the other hand, another gun. Once that gun just come off for your hand like this last son, the man will deal with you, will give you as you want. If not what you want, you will collect them. Do you understand? Now that is why the southeastern people, it is this thing they are scared of. They don't want. There have been super stories, real life stories of people who went out and they did not go back, of people who went out and they were kidnapped, or people who went out. You know these stories. So people are like, no, I beg, je. No matter what anybody says, me, I am not stepping out of this house. That is what is going on. And like I said, these people are in between the government and the indigenous people of Biafra. Look, for people who come and say it is these people, it is not them. Do you know how these people hold themselves in high reverence to it? As in, they are beating their hand on their chest that yes, the UN is not calling them terrorists. At least the UN has not called. So for that reason, they don't want that name to come. They're not the ones doing these things. People doing these things. I'm not saying maybe it's not like what I'm saying here. So I'm saying it is sponsored by, it is politically motivated. They might be correct, they might be wrong, but the thing is, if this man comes out, the solution to this problem is let everybody dialogue. If this man come out today, say, oh yeah, oh to get is enough. Everybody will rest. Yes, at least you will now know where it's coming from. The people will now listen. You understand? You will now know that truth, but now it is even clear that it is not these people. But it is going to be more clearer once this man comes out and he comes out and says, okay, I'm out. And then this thing still continues. Then you can now fish those that are behind this. Okay, they are politically motivated. Those criminals are sponsored by the Nigerian politicians. You don't see them now. Which might be true, which might not be true. Okay, you're right. So that from there, they will give Nnamdi Kanu a bad name in order to hang him. Not just Nnamdi Kanu. When they can't do, they can't tell Mr. President, so yes, it's this man don't go to give order again. Do you understand? If Mr. President or somebody will know sit down, think this thing well, he go jump into conclusion. Do you understand? Before you know, they'll start sending all manner of things to the south. And do not forget that it is also during this period. Last year, what am I saying? Last year, during this period, do you know how many people died in the southeastern region? Those people died. Many people they kidnapped. Many that did. No. So let us not forget, it is very similar. They are using the very similar taxes. Please, if you're a southeastern and you are not home and you want to go home, please be careful. Okay. Before IPOB, Southeast was the most peaceful and most productive region in Nigeria, but with the coming of IPOB, things fell apart. Okay, the enemies of freedom all over the world has made wicked and crafty strategies to stop freedom movement, such as the federal is using ECPA against Biafra. And if really it is the federal that is using, this man now called ECPA, it's called Simon ECPA, problem. Hopefully, I just hope that this chaos in the southeastern region, just like that person said, the southeastern region is like if you're living in all those states that is very, maybe say, people that always live in Lagos have one story to tell about, how Lagos is. If you live in Lagos, that is, the noise and the busyness of Lagos. If you live there or live in other cities that are busy and you want to rest your head, the perfect place to rest your head in that southeastern region. Just go there. The environment is cool, but it is no longer so because of these things happening. So we sincerely hope that those days that are now so blur in the minds of the southeasterners will become clear, as in they are going to return to those days where it is peaceful soon. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.